Welcome everyone to a brand new video featuring 1,000 maps. We're going to be doing the best farm of the league, targeting the best divination card of the league on the best map tile set of the league, known as Crimson Temple, or also known as the Crimson Prison. Shout out to you if you are unable or unwilling to find yourself getting away from this map. I'm spending most of the league on this map for sure. I got 100 maps here to start with. Of course, I cannot do 1,000 maps in a very quick, short order, so we're going to be parsing these videos out into 10 different pieces. It's going to be kind of similar to what I did in Sentinel League. I did 1,000 Crimson Temple maps in Sentinel League, mainly because I wanted to know the Apothecary drop rate, and, you know, we just got some super exciting news recently. Really, honestly, I gotta bring you down here. I'm gonna show you right now, right off the bat. The good people at Prohibited Library decided to go ahead and once again do their massive stack deck opening. This time in Sanctum League, and lo and behold, the drop rates are a little bit different actually, and I think one of the main things they were checking for was the Apothecary drop rate, because again, a lot of conjecture as to whether or not that card got nerfed or not. I was under the impression that if it did get nerfed, its drop rate nerfed, it was no more than half as often as it was, and it looks like it went down from a weighting of around 11 all the way down to 7, and again, that's not a huge sample size, but not too bad. The 7 years bad luck, Enlightens, and Dragon Hearts do appear to be just about exactly where they were, as well as the Gamblers. This has resulted in a Gambler to Apothecary drop rate ratio of around 674 to 1, Enlightens maybe about 10 to 1, 7 years at about 8 to 1, and Dragon Heart's around 5 to 1. Somewhere in that threshold. Now, you know, again, there's probably a margin of error of maybe 2, so this is definitely not, you know, etched in stone here, which is a big part of why I want to do this farm again. So I'm excited to kind of compare my results in the end with the results here, and you best believe I'm probably going to be finding more than 7 Apothecaries in 1,000 maps, so it should prove to be a nice sample size, not all encompassing, but a nice sample size. If you have yourself done something like 1,000 Crimson Temple runs and checked your results, please tell in the comments below. I know there are at least a few people out there in the league who do something like this every league, and I am happy to be back on the train of doing that. So let me get into the farm as well as the compasses sections. I think we'll start with the compasses here. This is going to be a sort of all-in maximum juice strongbox Harbinger farm, and we are going for absolute top-notch high-end jackpot potential here by putting both a winged divination scarab as well as a winged reliquary scarab onto the map. Anytime you put a winged reliquary and winged divination scarab onto the map, you are going for gold for sure. And that's another big reason why I felt like doing 1,000 maps, because when you only do 100 maps with a sample size of around 100 maps, going this hard on the jackpot aiming, you can't really justify including things like tier 0 drops, you know, and maybe, you know, all the like if you get lucky with Apothecaries, you can't necessarily include those and really justifiably say, oh, this strategy makes this much currency per map or this much currency per hour. But if you do 1,000 maps, you can definitely more easily justify that. And I would like to actually see, you know, realistically just how much currency I'm making on this farm. I've staked my claim in saying this is going to be the most lucrative strategy, mapping strategy of the league by far. I'm projecting it an excess of 30 divines an hour, especially at this point in the league with inflation hitting its peak with the mirror shards and 7 years bad luck hitting the top end of their value. And speaking of mirror shards, that's where we're going to be getting them from here on the Harbinger Scarab, and then the Strongbox Scarab, of course. Double elevated Strongbox Sextants, which clocked in at around 6 divines for this one. I may drop down to unelevated. I'm not going to pay much more than 6 divines per sextant for this. It's kind of crazy. In fact, it's probably shouldn't really be paying 6 divines for this now, but I will go ahead and do it, starting off with the first 100 maps anyway. And then we have about 1.5 divines for this Strongbox Corrupt Rare Sextant, and then we got about 45 chaos per sextant for both the Delirium and the Harbinger sextants there, as well as forking in an extra 5 chaos per Crimson Temple map. This fits in alignment with how I farmed these maps. On the Colonnade, I gave them a value weighting of an additional 5 chaos beyond what Excellence caught them or coined them at, and that puts them around 9 or 10 chaos per map. That is where this entire 59.4 divines of value came from, covering the cost of the sextant and the maps in here. So when we check Excellence here in a moment, you're going to see that it's quite a lot of currency to start with on the investment. Let's go ahead and quickly get into the Atlas tree. So I already kind of did a video on this featuring what I think is the most lucrative farm of the league. I did change a couple things. I've decided to go even more heavy-handed on the jackpot side of things by dropping some of the points in like Paranoid Fixation and Imagined Pursuits, which is just kind of consistently gave me 1 extra Delirium reward as well as a few extra Delirium orbs on the map from the Rogue Exiles popping out of the strong boxes, just dropping random Delirium orbs, and decided to go ahead and put them in Torment. I know some people were suggesting I try and go ahead and do this. I'm a little sketchy on this. Now, of course, I will get some value out of Seance because it's automatically on there, but the Tormented Spirits, I mean, they're just going to die off screen for the most part before they ever really do anything. But, you know, I do have an innate 20% bonus chance to spawn Tormented Spirits. They are included in the blocking of things there. And then everything else looked actually identical. So again, we're still doing strong box here. We're still doing all the quantity, rarity wheel, effective modifiers, non-unique maps. Still doing some of the Delirium, just enough Delirium to pause the mirror to make it convenient for me. Full blocking everything. Still going shrines for the Covetous Shrines. Covetous Shrines are kind of a big deal with the way I do this farm, especially holding the strong boxes back till the end. And then full Harbinger. Again, absolute maximum Harbinger juice, because in 1,000 maps we're definitely going to see at least a few mirror shards. Maybe even a full-blown conversion is what I'm really hoping to find. So you'll notice that the little overlay here is featuring not just 1 out of 100 maps, 1 out of 1,000 maps. So I'm actually going to keep track of this in a cumulative sense to see how much currency I'm making along the way. We're going to average things out all the way to the end. Of course, we're going to keep track of Dragon Hearts, 7 Years, Enlightens, Apothecaries. Also going to keep track of Mirror Shards, because that's going to be another major jackpot. And then, of course, the absolute topping jackpot probably is a full-blown conversion to a mirror from a Harbinger. We'll see if that happens. I think I would be very lucky, even 1,000 maps, if that were to happen. Also going to be keeping track of Tier 0 unique, so I will include any sort of Tier 0 unique. I've found 2 so far this league. One was the Valclaw, and the other was the Squire. So the Squire was pretty good, but I've not found a Mageblood or a Headhunter yet. Actually kind of expecting to find either a Headhunter or a Mageblood at some point this league, I'm sure. Then, let's see, we got... what else do we have? We got Divine Altars. Yeah, I can't forget about those. Almost forgot about those Divine Altars. And again, this just goes without saying. In 100 maps, you know, I can't really count a Divine Altar as like, oh, you know, this is really justifiably included in the currency per hour, because in 100 maps, you're not really expected to get a Divine Altar. But in 1,000 maps, you really are. You're expected to get, you know, 2 or 3 of them in that time. So again, I can more easily count them. The last time I hit a Divine Orb Altar, I got 38 Divine, so I was very lucky. And it was in Crimson Temple, and it was off stream, of course. But that goes without saying. So here we go. We're going to go ahead and see how much currency this is in total. There's the Divine Orbs, there's the Scarabs, all 400 of them, all 100 maps, all the Chaos, and it totals to 110 Divines. That's almost exactly what it was when I did the Colonnade farm. That's interesting. It was also 110 point something Divines. So we're looking at 1.1 Divine per map invested. Quite a bit. So even though, you know, I'm hoping to make a lot of currency per hour, definitely the highest amount of investment I've ever seen on this kind of farm. Last time I did these farms, it did not come out to over a full Divine per map, but that's in large part due to going for the elevated sextants right there. So there you have it. That is what we'll start with. The divination card drop rate, new information will be linked in the description below, as well as my PoB. Currently going to be using this on a champion hybrid magic. Find characters, 61% increased quantity of items found with Alchemist Genius up, Divination, Distillate, and everything. And then it's going to be exactly 300% increased rarity found off of rares and uniques. So we're definitely also kind of as a mini jackpot going to be kind of looking at some of the Loot Goblin conversions, maybe find some that dropped, 5 or 6 Divine Orbs in total. That would be kind of cool if we were able to see that. But yeah, anyway, I got all these dump tabs here that are loaded with over 1,000 Crimson Temple maps, which I've kind of organized nicely. We'll be counting dump tab B, C, and D for this farm. And we are going to kick off this farm right here, right now. And I'm going to do something special for you guys at the beginning of this. Alright, so today we're going to kick off the first map with a very special map. I just farmed roughly 1,300 8-mod corrupted Crimson Temple maps. And of course I looked at them through the rejects. I wanted to see which one is the best, which is the absolute, utter, most juiciest map of all, and I have identified it right here. It's called Morbid Remains. This is going to be a Hall of Fame map. Here, look at this monster. 50% packs, increased pack size, innate. This was the single highest pack size map out of 1,298 maps that were found. Feast your eyes on this sucker. I mean, this is really a sight to behold. So I'm going to treat this map extra special. We're going to start it off, and we are going to do something that I almost never get to do anymore. You might guess what it is. Let me put these sextants in here as we start off map number 1. This is not something I can do very often anymore these days. We used to, a long time ago, strongbox farming was my favorite thing to do. And it was during Prophecy League that I loved putting the prophecies in for the strongboxes. And of course, anytime that monstrous treasure hit, I was just absolutely freaked out. I just loved it so much. So I have one monstrous treasure. And if you're wondering how to get that, that comes from Shaping the Skies. 3% chance to get a special map crafting option. I don't run that very often, so I typically only get a 1 or 2 of these crafts in entire league. So obviously a little bit of cheating here as far as 1,000 maps. I'm going to be running Harbinger for the other 999 maps. But for this one, we're going to put 24 to 36 extra strong boxes on the map. I feel a little bit bad not doing this as a Wandering Path setup. I wonder what kind of pack size it would have with that. But anyway, here we go. Yeah, I'm not going to use any master missions here. I'm just going to put it in right there. Whew, almost makes me nervous clicking OK on that. I wonder if it... Okay. Well, that actually spawned pretty quickly. I'm a little disturbed by how quick that spawned. So here we go. Usually there was a delayed spawn in the portal here. So this is how I'm going to be doing these maps, just like I always do. This whole thing's just going to be absolutely flooded with strong boxes. I still want to rush the boss. The reason I like Crimson Temple the most is because I can rush the boss and I can still get full value out of the Delirium Mirror. Get a few little rare Stolen Headhunter buffs here. I guess 11 will have to do it. Okay, you can already see a ton of uniques already dropping. Kind of crazy. I do not have singular focus on these maps because I just didn't quite have the point allocation to do it. Either you're going to put singular focus, get a few extra divines on the map, or you're just going to, I guess get some unique moon temples, unique cursed crypt maps, and get a little extra value there, and some Conquer Influence maps, things like that. So we're going to be counting basically the all value of everything. Wow, I already hit a currency conversion of an Exalt and 2 Divines. That's so early. That's weird. That's not actually what I was going for, but of course I will take that. A nice little mini jackpot there to kick off the entire session with. You can see the Delirium Mirror is already kind of beginning to expire. I gotta go ahead and start hitting these strong boxes because I'm gonna run out of the opportunity to do it later. But here we go. I mean, just kind of going right through them. Every time you fully open a strong box, you kind of hold the mirror back for a few seconds. I did kill a King Harbinger, so I guess probably okay. I think I might be able to get away with trying to get an altar. I would really, really, really love to hit divination chance to be duped, but I don't really see many altars spawning. There might be an issue with Strongbox eliminating many of the altars. I don't know. We'll see. But here we go. We're just kind of blowing through this. Obviously not seeing much yet. I mean, I already got 2 divines, so that's fun. The Life Thief, okay, that is the same as a Dragon Heart. That is also another card, and I don't count it because it's, you know, it's not really a valuable card. But that is the automatic Xerfes Amulet card, and it is specific to this map. It's the same drop chance as a Dragon Heart, which basically means it's 1/5 of an Apothecary in terms of drop rating. We got a Divine Orb here. Another raw Divine Orb. So that's a little awkward. I'm actually kind of surprised I didn't not seeing a single Red Star divination card, but I guess that's how it is. Oh, okay. We got a Taste of Hate there, which is still very valuable, even as default. That's nice. So Winged Reliquary Scarab, definitely paying off a little there. Well, it wasn't a nothing burger of a map, at least. I got 3 raw divines, a Taste of Hate, and I guess that's gonna about do it. And I did open most of the strong boxes inside the Delirium Mirror. As far as I understand, they're the monsters are affected by Delirious, and they do have a decent more quantity and more rarity multiplier tied into them, which is pretty impactful whenever they already have a 600% increased quantity multiplier already attached to them. And I just cannot survive the rest of this map because this is obviously a very, very rough map, as we can see. Let's go ahead and actually look at the mods on there. Yeah, I know this had minus max res. Oh, now I hit an altar. Yeah, well, a little late there, but okay. Minus max res, crit. It had all kinds of like boss nodes, I guess. Oh, I missed some of these strong boxes, I guess. A second Life Thief feels really bad, man. That's the same as finding 2 Dragon Hearts. So I don't know. Just found the wrong rare card on this map. Okay, I think I'm basically done here. And again, you know, Blood Rage is just gonna kill me outright here, but the map's done. Map's looted. So that's it. Good to be level 100, so I don't care about that on there. There you go. Monstrous Treasure. A very rare occurrence these days. Dragon Heart. Alright, second high card. Oh, really? How many shrines did you get? You mean altars? I'm averaging probably 3 or 4 altars per map. This map I've gotten 4 by the looks of it. Oh, hey, that's pretty good. Pretty big conversion there. Oh, I'm about to be so sad because the one that didn't dupe was the Unnatural Instinct. Oh no. Oh no. That's big money though. I mean, I'm not mad obviously. But here we go. Let's see the duped ones. Probably like the one and only garbage Nick Jewel. Oh my god! Dude, what? 3 unnaturals in one map? Never. Nobody's ever done that. Ever. I mean, like, literally, I'm the only person in the whole world who's done that, I'm sure. You know of anybody who's found 3 unnatural instincts in one map? That is actually probably the most tripped up RNGs I've ever experienced in my life. I mean, that's way beyond finding like a 40 divine or loot goblin last league. I mean, that's absolutely out of this world. Oh my god. I've been saying the weightings on these Viridian Jewels, they made them dead even. Unnatural Instinct's not any more rare than like Intuitive Leap or Storm Shroud or even like Lionized Fall or whatever. They're all the same weighting. So, but obviously, you know, even if they are the same weighting, the chance of getting both of those drops to be unnatural, that's crazy. That's actually crazy. 1, 2, 3. I can't believe that. That is the most insane thing I've ever seen. Wow. Boom, boom, boom. Well, I know how I'm going to advertise this session. 3 unnatural instincts. Where are the strong boxes at? What the heck? All spell gem opal scepter. All spell gem opal scepter. That might be a good pre-fracture base. Anybody look up all spell scepter fracture? Well, I don't know the item level of it yet, actually. Oh! More winged scarabs. I feel like that scepter probably is actually worth something. Especially if it's item level 85. Imagine the men in black coming in here, knock, knock, knock. Excuse me, sir, we need to check your streamer client. We got some data on our ends. Shows something's not quite right. 3 fracturing shards. No, sir, not my streamer client. Anything but that. I didn't do anything wrong. I'm just playing the game. So we're gonna have to remove your streamer client. No. Maybe they can replace my mic so it stops doing the weird bugging out. Oh boy, map dupes. Not quite as exciting as it used to be in Colonnade. Oh my god, what? Dude, no! I just skipped Scarab dupes! What? What? I literally just was like, oh, you know, minions chance to drop a divination card or Scarab dupes. And this happens. Like 2 seconds after I skipped Scarab dupes. Come on. Oh, fracturing shards again. Apparently the streamer client is maybe those people came in and actually installed an upgrade to my streamer client, actually. Maybe they made it even better. I think they made it even better, guys. And that's probably a Doriani's, Enlightened support. Wow, and then a second Enlightened support. I mean, this is probably Dialec's Malefaction sitting right here. Oh, it's not. Okay. I was gonna say. If that had been. Yeah, I think they came in and replaced my streamer client with an even better one. That's my story. I'm sticking to it. Alright, well, the Enlightened card is mad that it's getting beaten by 7 years bad luck. You know, the underdog here was winning the race too much. So now we're back even on those. It looks more like a typical spread now. 16 maps, 3 Enlightens, 3 7 years, 1 Dragonheart. Yeah, it seems about average, I guess. Yo, What, like this map, all of the Harbingers are kings this time? That's pretty funny. I do wish at least like there was one guaranteed King Harbinger. The Sephiroth, what? Divination card is basic currency. Let's go. I do have a habit of dropping that Sephiroth card. You guys remember the stack deck incident? Last video? That put such a smile on my face. Oh, now we got div card dupes, man. Whoa. That's a lot of scarabs. Wait, do I have scarab dupes? Nope. But I do have a covetous shrine. Definitely got some added scarabs there thanks to covetous shrine. Let's see, I only have 18 seconds left. Yeah. I got no chaos orbs either. Oh wait, it's because it's not on my loot filter. Oh. What's the highest thing you can vendor up to? Starting with, like, oh, hey, nice. Covenant there. What is the highest thing you can vendor up to with a wisdom scroll? And how many wisdom scrolls does it take? You haven't seen a divine altar yet, really? Sometimes it feels like Soul Eater actually reduces your global defenses by like 40%. Anyone else feel like that? Like a hidden debuff. Chaotic disposition, yes. Wow. Veiled Chaos Orb Minion Altar. Feels bad, man. I literally just said. Feels like I'm gonna find more Chaos. Wow, the game really is listening in a creepy way, I think. Oh my god. Oh my god. Now there's no possible way I could find more divine. Oh, that was some weird lag. Where's this lag from? Jesus. Well, you're getting to see the unlucky, or oh, it's a Beyond map. That's why. Okay. What is a Veiled Chaos Orb worth anyway? 12 Chaos or something? And the Enlightened drop. Man. I didn't exactly find the altar really early, but it was fairly early on. Ooh. I was in the running for that one. Already got the Doriani's prototype, already got the Covenant. And a Veiled Chaos Orb. So, Diala's Malefaction bingo card has been checked. Check your bingo cards. Now all we're really missing is an Aegis Aurora, actually. I don't have an Aegis Aurora yet. That's weird. That's really weird. It doesn't matter if you're comparing... Oh, what's it? Oh, well, what was I just saying earlier about the one item we have left to get the bingo? Bingo! We did it. We got the Unnatural Instinct, the Doriani's prototype, the Diala's Malefaction, the Covenant, and Aegis Aurora. That's it. That's a bingo there. This session is done as far as the uniques are concerned. Man, never a doubt. Never a doubt I was gonna find that. I mean, I found 3 Aegis Aurora's last 100 maps session, and I wasn't even farming uniques. So I was just like, I better find at least one. You could free up a flask slot by getting onslaught on that. Well, I mean, I still want the suffix. Really? That many though? Where did the void come from? That doesn't make any sense. How am I getting a void card to randomly drop? That's the second time I've seen that. I don't have a div card alter for that, and it doesn't drop naturally on this map. What? That's not an apothecary. It's not even close. Neither is that. Neither is that. I knew I brought those essences in my bag for a reason. Alright, I'm complaining about loot. I'm complaining about loot. So you know what that means. Any second now. Something incredible is about to happen. Alright, strong box time. Oh man, I'm still asleep over here. Oh my god, that's like the 3rd map of the day or something. What? Yeah. Speaking of unethical, we just went unethical again. Whoa. Although, you know, if I find a raw mage blood, it's gonna be less than a 1/3. And there's a very real chance that I find a raw mage blood or like a raw mirror or something on a farm like this. It has a, you know, it has a real chance in 1,000 maps of happening. Considering we're all in Harbinger farming, a mirror shard conversion to a raw mirror is absolutely possible for happening. Assuming that it still has it. These things. Okay, so I guess apparently I just found a tier 0 unique right now. Actually, let me go find out how many are on trade. I just found a lionized glare, but it's actually like the 4th one this league I found. I need to go see how many are on trade, see if it's actually tier 0 unique or not. Wait, what? You didn't have D&D on, really? What the hell? Ooh! Man, I've gotten like 4 or 5 of those Divine Beauties. Not exactly a duplicated doctor like that one highlight earlier this league, but that's okay. Oh wow. A perfect atoll map. How do you like the Torment nodes? I don't really know how I feel about it. Oh, another Covenant, yay. I guess they're fine, you know. I don't think... I think they're interesting. There's certainly more flavor to the drops than just maybe, you know, the occasional extra Delirium Orb. I don't really think it should be an act... Like, I think it really should be the casino wins, always wins. I mean, it does win in the sense that, you know, you're having to spend currency on it, but I would actually like to see the disparity be like 40, 60, or like I said, 33, 66. I don't think it should be so easily. Oh my god. You know, this is unbelievably overdue. Wow. It actually blows my mind that I haven't seen one of those until now. Okay, finally got a Void Reliquary key. You can filter out people listing stuff for their Awakened Sextants. You just put in Chaos Orbs instead of equivalent Chaos Orb or Divine Orb. Alright, so that strong box decided to have a couple of Dragon Hearts inside. Got a lot of divination cards out of strong boxes this set. Like, I think at least 5 times div cards. Yeah, I think so. Made it. Yeah, ramping, right? Oh. Oh, I like how there's 2 scouts. It's like the cousins. The cousins dropped each other. What? They're literally like cousins. The Sephiroth and the Scout. They're almost identical cards. One for Exalt, one for Divine Orb. You guys. I found a whole family of divination cards in that strong box. This is going to be cumulative. I mean, I'll figure out how much currency I made in each individual 100 set, but I'm doing 10 sets of 100 maps. This is set number 1. We're about to finish it here. And that means I got some results for y'all. So, check it out. Dump tab A. Not dump tab A, sorry. Dump tab B. Here we go. You know, there was a little highlight reel of the 6 links. Unique items are actually worth something. People pay premium for those, I guess. So, and they do sell. I don't know if they'll sell exactly what it said on Excellence, but yeah. Anyway, there's obviously a lot of maps in here that will probably never get sold. To kind of make up for that, I've decided I'm just this time, and from here on out, I'm not going to count like the unique Cursed Crypt map, Museum map, Moon Temple maps, Conquer Influence maps, Elder Influence maps. Those all get counted as baseline in Excellence. So I think that's a nice way to sort of split the difference. But the majority of the maps in here are Atoll, and it doesn't even matter if it's white and corrupt. It is worth its full value in that case, and perhaps even higher value in bulk. I will actually be running the Atolls, and I sometimes buy them. They're the best map in the game, I think, for speed farming Sanctum. Then we have Dump Tab D here, which will be, I've got this nice and primed, ready to go for just slamming a ton of Val Orbs into this, just kind of like I did on the previous farm. I'm also going to turn in the Void Reliquary key, I think, for a gambling session. Maybe turn in some Void cards if I can remember. 3-1 the Ventor's Gambles if I can remember. Oh yeah, and a few stack decks, but that'll be what comprised of the gambling session. As far as currency earnings, this is, I think, the first time that, either the first or second time, I'm not counting any gem leveling. I just decided it's just not really worth messing with now with the changes to gem leveling, and at this point in the league, prices being what they are, you know, if I can't find like a bulk seller for enhanced gems or something, I'm not going to mess with it. So let's bring you down and see what is in Excellence here. One more snapshot so you remember it was 110 divines investment, and I'm looking at 259 divines total coming back. Pretty good, not gonna lie. Double Apothecary drop had a lot to say about that. Triple Unnatural Instinct had quite a bit to say about that. 3 Fracturing Orbs total is pretty good too, for 100 maps. I was actually on fire with that for the first half of the set. Almost had a Fracturing Shard per map that I ran at a certain point, and then it cooled off eventually. Very unlucky with Divine Orb drops. Is one of the lowest outcomes I've ever seen with raw divines in 100 maps, so really let down with that. And as far as everything else, we'll just kind of scroll through. You can take a snapshot if you'd like. Here's everything for your viewing pleasure. Okay. Let's just take a look real quick. Divination cards, probably the most important thing here. We got 2 Apothecaries, 9-7 years, which actually turned out to be a little low, I think. Yeah, actually definitely a little low. Enlightens 14, Dragon Hearts 10. That might be a bit high on Dragon Hearts, maybe. The Apothecary, obviously I got lucky it did dupe, but should be finding close to 2 Apothecaries every 100 maps anyway, I think. 3 Sephiroth, that's super random. Just from Divine or Strong boxes or random drops. 3 Divine Beauties, and everything kind of goes downhill from there. The total value is... Oh, can't see yet. Let's try that again. I mean, that's a big portion of the value there. 37,000 chaos worth from divination cards. I want to see where Scarabs fell in. Because I did get some Scarab conversion. Okay, 2,100 Scarabs, a few winged Scarabs from conversion loot. I don't feel like I got all that great of luck on Scarabs. Currency, yeah, the fracturing orbs helped a lot there. 13,000. But the real highlight, definitely, of this session was, well, obviously it was 3 unnatural instincts in 1 map, let alone 100 maps. But I absolutely killed it with the unique drops on this one. You know, I hit almost every single bingo card on this Diala's Mal. I think the only high tier T1 unique I didn't hit was like Ralakash's Impatience or something. Maybe that's like the only one I didn't get. But anyway, yeah, 3 unnaturals, Diala's Malefaction. I even did get 1 tier 0 unique, which was a Lionized Glare, which is very unlucky. Probably the least valuable tier 0 unique in the game, as far as I know. And it's the one I found the most of. And how do I know that's tier 0 unique? Well, you can go on trade and you can see how many of them exist compared to Headhunters or Mageblade. It's basically the same number available on trade, which actually means, yeah, it's a legit tier 0 unique now. I still haven't found that Divinarius Imperial Scheme that is on my loot filter, but anyway, 9,000 or 9,400 chaos, I guess. 9,400 chaos. So really, it's not, you know, that huge of a deal. Definitely getting more from like mirror shards, fracturing shards, and then divination cards for sure. But I didn't get any mirror shards this time. I do feel like I'm earning roughly 1 mirror shard hit per 100 maps. Since I've been farming Harbinger this hard. So I actually feel a little bit unlucky. I didn't get a single mirror shard. But that's alright. Uniques were the big highlight there. Let's see where this turns out to. Oh, almost forgot to include. We do have to kind of include a couple things in here. There are a few little nifty things. I have like some special drops or things that don't get counted in Excellence right here. So there was a scepter, apparently. Now, I can't really tell here, but an 85 opal scepter. This also includes things that are pre-fractured. This is definitely worth at least like a divine orb. I'm not going to count it, though. It's so ultra niche and super rare. I'm just not going to count it. But we do have, I guess, a 25 chaos memory there. And then, of course, we got 1.4 divine memory here. Off Sacred Grove, I do have a Conquer Influence map. Oh, yeah, I said I wasn't going to count those anyway. I did actually get 1 pretty good Ventor's Gamble here. If we pull this up to like 940 and a whole bunch of life. I mean, you can see even with like crappy resist, which, you know, this is a very bad resist, this is still probably at least a divine orb. And I do have 1 cold gem there, and I guess, you know, 1 decent cluster. Nothing too crazy here. Really, it's just everything is valued that I'm going to count here. I'm basically just going to count the Sacred Grove memory and the Void Reliquary Key. Void Reliquary Keys are apparently 3.5 divines, so we're looking at around 5 divines bonus between these 2 items. I'm going to add to myself. I mean, I'm typically going to see, you know, a decent memory and or a Void Reliquary Key in any given 100 map session, so I think it's fair to count that. But again, no leveled gems this time. No level gems. All right, so there it is, 259. I'm just gonna add 5, 264. All right, 264.77 minus 110.75. So that is a big investment cost, but you can see, as long as I get the Apothecaries to drop, as I think they should, yeah, gonna get a lot of currency back. Now, how long did this take? It was about 7.5 hours, just like it was last time. I was timing myself. It came out basically the same thing as it did when I did this session last time. And it's actually a fair bit less than I expected. I was really hoping for something closer to 30 divines an hour. So the fact that this is only 20 divines an hour and, you know, getting decent drops means to me that I am definitely shooting myself in the foot a fair bit by going for the elevated sextants costing 6 divines a piece or whatever. The investment cost, I had mentioned earlier, I think at the intro, I running this strategy all league long, I never did it with this much of investment cost. The investment really has climbed up to maximum juiced Harbinger and Strongbox. It's really gone through the roof. I think last time I did this strategy, in fact, I'll probably double check my video, I think it was like 180 chaos per map. So this is more like 280 chaos per map. So it's, you know, a lot more. And for that reason, wasn't able to, you know, crack anything close to 30 divines an hour. But we'll see how things turn out in the long run. Again, I mentioned I may drop down that elevated sextant anyway, because if it's just get too crazy, I'm not going to pay for it. But I definitely like the idea of doing 1,000 maps with maximum juice available. So I'm going to try, you know, so we'll try, hold on. But again, if it becomes unreasonably priced, there's just not very many of those compasses in the marketplace. So just can't really do anything about it. Oh, actually, hold on one second. We gotta do currency per map. So currency per map, as I did say I was gonna do that. Looks like I earned about 1.54 divines net per map, and so that means each map that I'm doing, you know, I'm pulling out pulling out over 2.5 divines. You know, investing a divine, pulling out 2.5 divines net, 1.5 divines per map on average. That is with Apothecary, that is with tier 0 uniques, although I had a really bad one. So I mean, if that Lionized Glare had been a Mage Blood, I mean, obviously we'd be looking at very different numbers here, and we probably will see something like that before it's all said and done, hopefully. So that's it as far as the results there. This is just part 1 out of 10, and we're going to kind of keep track of, I'll of course look at the currency gained on each 100 set, and we'll keep track of the cumulative total. So I will absolutely, you know, save this number, something like this, and we'll just keep it logged in here in this notepad document. Let me get to the gambling session now. Here it is. Not much. I only had like 43 stacked decks, I think, total. The Patient is the best card there. I guess it's kind of average results. Right, I already did the Ventor's Gambles. I was able to vendor almost an entire inventory of them, you know, repeatedly. Didn't get anything from those. And also turned in all the Void cards. It was something like 16 Void cards. I think Shaper Influence Map is the best thing I got. The only thing left to do is a Void Reliquary Key. And Valing, I'll save that for last, of course. We're going to Val every single one of these. We're hoping for +1 power charge or reservation efficiency on the Heat Shivers, as well as, you know, +1 all gems on the Darzil's Defiance, Elemental Weakness on the Sidima Touch, Despair on Cena's Gentle Touch, +2 aura, I guess, on these. +5% quantity would actually be enormous on Abiscos. A few different things, and then I'm even gonna Valorb the Lionized Glare because it's just not worth that much. Maybe I get +1 arrow on that. Anyway, here we go. Here, I think I'll spam corrupt everything and then just kind of look at it afterwards. This is what the big gambling sessions have come to. I've gotten a lot of value out of doing this too, and I definitely highly recommend you save some of these items. That can be worth a lot depending on what the Val implicit is. All right. There we go. No. Nope. +2 duration. Nope. Effective shock. Nope. Aura gems? Probably not. +2 aura might be something here. Actually, yeah, it's about 50 chaos. Not seeing much. Lightning gems. You know, I kind of thought I would have maybe hit one of these. I figured I might hit like one. +2 Oregon. Hey! Hey. Hold on a second. Let me bring you back down this way. Here it is. What's this bad boy worth? Looks like the real value is probably around 8 divines. 7 or 8 divines, maybe. That's a big hit. That's a big hit. Not gonna cold gems, no. Okay, that's it for those. Going for +1 Daryl's Divines. I'm selling these things constantly at about 10 divines a piece, but no hit there. Okay, 5% max life. Sedemas. Nah. Oh, for once I failed to hit the elemental weakness. We got anything good on Asina's Gentle Touch? I don't think Curse Gems is any good, right? Nah. Okay. Oh, we got Prism Guardian with +1 gems. That's apparently, I guess maybe people put a, maybe they're putting an Enlighten in there. I'm not sure. That's surprising. I didn't expect it to show up as 4 divines. I thought this was like maybe 1 or 2 divines, but wow. Well, that's kind of big. Really? Fizz taking his lightning might actually be worth something there. Not sure. Oh, wow. Both of these shavs hit pretty hard. It looks like +2 aura is maybe not that great, but I got 50% increased damage. Perfect roll on this. I don't know. But definitely worth a little bit. I'll have to look more into that to see if those are worth 6 linking or what have you. +4 maximum life comes. Yeah. All right. Yeah, this is worth a couple divines. Looks like a couple divines. Let's see. Moving on down. Cosprey's additional projectile. Oh my God, is that something that's huge? Yeah, it is something that's huge. Oh, damn. Okay. I didn't expect this. I got a high attacks per second. Cosprey with additional projectiles. Actually pretty well rolled. My goodness, this might be, yeah, definitely a few divines. This is pretty nutso, man. All right, show me the 5% quant. No, nothing there. Okay, Lionized Glare. Oh my God, Lionized Glare actually hit. Something halfway decent. Cold, flat cold, not that great, but I certainly did improve it. I think that's a high tier. I think that's the highest tier of flat cold too. So, yeah, pretty cool. Pretty cool hit there. I'll probably 6 link that maybe if it's cool hit, and nothing there. Super satisfied with those. My goodness. Let's see. We got that. We got these. This. That. That. These are some pretty dang good corruptions. These are some real winners right here. I might have even forgot one. All right, last thing. Here we go. This isn't really my kind of gamble, but for you guys, let's see what I get. It's not on my loot filter. That's a bad sign. Oh, never mind. Okay. It took forever to... All right. Yeah, go figure. It's a heavy belt. I should have let that sink in a little bit. Belt of the Deceiver. Woohoo. It was a heavy belt at least. Yeah, does that make it better? It just makes it way more likely to not be worth anything. I should have Crown of Eyes in my loot filter. Yeah, you're right. I should probably add Crown of Eyes to my loot filter. I think I'll do that for next time. So the major success of these corruptions will not be factored into the end. And this is me getting into final results here. They just are, you know, bonus for what they are. But we're looking at 20.54 divines per hour. I'm pretty sure if I did this strategy with unelevated sextants 2 weeks ago, this is 30 divines an hour. I'm pretty sure, because I was doing that on a regular basis. So I guess I'll have to adjust my expectations as far as currency per hour if I continue to do the absolute maximum tier of juice. But at the same time, I don't think it would be that surprising to get a few mirror shards, a full mirror conversion, raw mage blood, raw headhunter, anything super insane like that. I think it has a decent chance of happening at least once in this 1,000 maps set. So we'll see. Stay tuned in. We'll find out. I definitely enjoy this farm. It's just so jackpot oriented. We're going to see some really crazy stuff. We already saw some really insane stuff this time with the triple unnatural instinct. That was actually the craziest RNG moment, I think, in my entire almost 2 years of playing this game. And, you know, we're gonna see crazy stuff come out of diviner strong boxes. We're gonna see, you know, more duped apothecaries, hopefully, or just more apothecaries in general. We may see a raw mirror drop. We may see, you know, a mirror conversion from a harbinger. We may see an actually super valuable tier 0 unique. We may see some more fracturing orbs. I did get one fracturing orb straight up that dropped as well. And, you know, I guess that's not enormous, but definitely going to add up. And I think there's still even some of the, conversion loot. You know, we still haven't seen the best of conversion loot yet. I suspect I'm going to find some currency goblins probably going to drop me like 10 divines at some point in there. That'll be fun. Also going to find a divine orb altar. May drop something like 30, 40 divines in there at some point. Hopefully, we'll see that. So this is definitely a lot of fun. Going to see some pretty insane jackpot highlights. This is definitely one for the highlights. I got my work cut out for me. 900 more maps to go. We'll see how it works out. Stay tuned for the next set.